Sticking with the grounds, all I can say about the back porch area is that it was homemade. It was not attached to the home correctly. The wood has not been taken care of, but it's not unsafe. And so you'll see in the pictures that, let's keep an eye on it. Let's keep some care of it and keep it sanded and painted and all those things. But at the end of the day, they built a lean-to off the back of the deck, and that's kind of what it is. The front porch area with the ramp leading up to it, the ramp's in very good shape. The only thing I'm going to tell you is you might want to get this painted and or stained so that we can seal up that wood. It looks like it was built fairly recently, probably as mom declined a little bit, perhaps. A little bit of erosion back by the patio. Your fan out back works well. And then the roof of the back porch is just the corrugated steel, and it's doing its purpose. Unfortunately, when we get to the roof section here in a second, what you're going to find is that they put some wood up there to, I believe, hold it down perhaps back in the day. And unfortunately, that kind of rusted out some of that on the surface, but it hasn't rusted through. Your fence needs some attention. It's got some degradation in the paint and the wood. And now we're getting to the drainage part or the landscaping part. So back here in the back corner of the driveway area where we've got a depression in the grass, we've got a nice drain sitting there. So it tells me that they put some attention to the drainage system. But in back where we've got that hole in that plywood, that actually, where is the picture of it? Darn it, John.
Is that for the sub pump?
I think we're still not to I put it in the basement drainage section. So you're going to see the fact that the sump pump isn't working. Some other things around the home is you've got some areas where vegetation is either over our roof system or you've got vegetation that's directly up against the home's wood siding, and so you'll want to get that taken care of. The back shed in the corner here, the back shed in the corner there. There's another shed back there with a big piece of concrete in front of it. Those are not part of my my inspection, but having looked at them, they fall into the same category. We've got some sanding, painting, and some degraded wood out there that we need to take care of. Your hose bibs, primarily the two that are hanging off the back of the deck, one of them does not have any handle to turn it on or off. The other, I did turn it on. I need to note that there is no anti-siphon device on it, so that's something that I will have in the report for you to buy for $6.95 and put it on the front of the hose bib itself. But we actually have a leak when it's in use, so it's going to be dripping right there while you've got that in use, and you're losing that water. And you'd be surprised at how much water can accumulate with a drip that comes out every 5 seconds. Now we're onto your roof. Again, torch down. It's in good shape, but we do have some areas where we've got some exposed tar, meaning the granules are gone. This is just another one where the granules are gone. This one, when you get the report, you'll see this closer. We actually are down to the actual fibers there's some fibrous material underneath that, some underlayment that they put down before they do the torch on. And then you've got this weird phenomenon that at first I thought was perhaps nail heads that had popped up, therefore cracking the tar, therefore losing the granules, but I can't necessarily get any rhyme or reason to any type of pattern. And so all we've got are these exposed circles that are up there. And again, I want a roofer to get up there to say, let's do some patching on it or not. But to me, those are some irregularities. And then there's one, you can see there's a seam between the torch down. There's one that's got a pretty good crack through it that I think would fall into asking a roofer, hey, what do we do about these and should we be concerned of them? There's more indications of the lack of granules. And then back here on the backside of the roof again, we've got this one area that seems to be bubbling, and we've got a crack coming out that way, crack coming out that way, crack coming out that way. Again, no moisture in the attic space, and so we aren't getting any moisture breaches, but let's stop it before it happens. In the kitchen now, we've got some caulking issues. We do have a little bit of moisture, or excuse me, there is no moisture under the kitchen sink as I ran the drains, but there's indications that there once was, and there's just some degradation of the wood underneath there. You might think about putting a nice rubber mat under there that would catch water very well. Sometimes they even come with a little drain. I just learned that.
I'll show you guys my sink later. I did a big oopsies.
Your in countertop range worked, your disposal worked. I do need to point out that your dishwasher drain line should be looped up here to create a natural air gap preventing water from back siphoning into your dishwasher. Then you inadvertently run your dishwasher with dirty water. We don't want that. So I'll put an illustration of how it should work.
That's
in
done. Will
go
you
ahead.
go back up because I think we skipped one of the pictures when we were talking about. Keep going up more. That one there. What was this one for?
The little spritzer handle is not working.
Okay.
It's actually missing. So in a 1962 home, there were no GFCI or water area protected safety receptacles. Now they're required in every kitchen, every garage, every bathroom, every what am I missing? Garage, every laundry facility. I didn't expect to see GFCI receptacles in this home because it's 1962. But what I did find in the kitchen is they did install extra receptacles on its own circuit that are GFCI protected, but they left the unprotected unprotected receptacles in the kitchen as well. So some of them are GFCI protected, some of them are not. Those that are not are actually safety hazards. And it'll be in the report to have an electrician replace those with GFCI receptacles.